56 degrees out here, man. Just enjoying this night. Um, just got off of work. Marvin said we killed it in the truck today. We got it done an hour and a half early, and we should have. Well, that's what happens, Marvin, when you work good as a team. I told you that, bro. What did I say about work? Teamwork is dream work. When you work together as a team, man, you can accomplish anything in life, bro. Rachel said, beautiful, beautiful view of the lake tonight. Oh, absolutely, facts. What's up? What's up, Donovan? I can't believe the comeback by the Vikings, man. There's been a lot of, NFL has he had a huge storyline this year. We didn't deserve a win whatsoever. It don't matter. The win's a win. It's any given Sunday, sort of ordeal. I knew the Texans were going to play the Chiefs hard. We did against Dallas, and we did against the Dolphins. We were down 30-0 at halftime. Go ask them when we scored 18 unanswered points. They got scared. and to be honest with you, people are going to expect me to be all screaming and shit, man. I ain't going to be doing that, bro. I look at the situation now. These guys are playing good football. They're actually trying for all four quarters. They're mixing it up with Jeff Driscoll and Davis Mills. Especially Jeff Driscoll and that Wildcat. Guy's got some speed, got an arm. Maybe he could be a backup quarterback for us next year. Players are stepping up. Desmond King's stepping up. You got guys on the defense that are playing good. I got nothing to. We went to overtime against a team that should have stomped us, just like Dallas. Didn't we almost go to overtime against them too? So, to be honest with you, man, we've been playing good football, and we got our last 3 games were division games. And my advice for the locker room, if I was a Texans head coach, that was what Marvin asked me earlier. And that's a very good question. If I was Lovie Smith or if I was on the coaching staff or whatever, I would just say, just go and have fun. That's it. Just go and have fun. You got 3 games left. We got the Tennessee Titans coming up this week. I think it's in Tennessee. I think we host the Jaguars, and then we go at Indianapolis to end the year. So it's last 3 division games. And to be honest with you, man, at 112-1 at this point, just go have fun, guys. That's what I would tell these guys. You got nothing to lose. Freeman, that other running back we picked up off the practice squad, did pretty excellent today. I would start really just deactivating some of these players, maybe giving them limited touches for our starters. Really, it's just an opportunity to see what other players we got on the team and evaluate, what potential players that could make impact next year. That's basically what these last 3 games are about. And the Texans have been really trying hard. And I got nothing else I can't hate on them when they're trying, man. It just is what it is. We're not getting wins, but we're trying. So why even be upset? You know what I'm saying? We're going to go 115-1. Maybe we can sneak another win out before the end of the year. But then again, I don't really want to lose draft position. So I don't want the Bears or anybody to catch us at the end and, kind of jump us. I'm not a guy for tanking, but in this case, I have no problem with that. It really doesn't mean anything to win at this point. You might as well just lose the remaining games. But I don't have a problem if we can sneak out maybe one more win before the end of the year. Against who? Honestly, I hate the Indianapolis Colts with a passion. It goes all the way back to Peyton Manning. So I would love to win the final game of the year to close the game out. And then after that, the offseason sets. I'm thankful for the win, but goddamn, I just love to shoot ourselves in the foot. Well, you got to look at it like this, Caleb, a.k.a. Casey Kidd, man. You got to look at it like this. I would rather, if you're going to have these kind of games, have them now in the regular season. So that way when you go to the playoffs, you don't have to worry about it. It's good to get these tough losses and these, whether it's a bad loss or an ugly win or however you want to look at it, just do that before the end of the season. Because all these games are, I'm going to be honest with you, I still got Kansas City to come out of the AFC. I think they're the most consistent team out of the I still think the Bills and the Dolphins are going to flop. I don't see the Jets or the Patriots making any impact. I don't really see any team that literally can compete other than Buffalo. The only team that can beat Kansas City is Buffalo. And honestly, I still think Kansas City is a little bit more disciplined. I think they will beat the Buffalo Bills in the AFC Championship game. I actually called that game about 4 weeks ago. I said it's going to be Bills and Chiefs in the AFC Championship. I think the Chiefs are more prepared this year. They don't really have any big injuries. And I think in the AFC, I think the Chiefs are a front runner to get out of there. And NFC is a little bit tougher. You got Dallas. Well, even though Dallas lost, they're still pretty much there. You still got Minnesota. You got San Francisco, and you got the Philadelphia Eagles. And that's going to be a tough. I mean, you got literally 4 teams fighting for coming out of the NFC, and it's really kind of hard to pick like who's better than who. It could come down to home field advantage, or just could come down to any given Sunday kind of ordeal. Any of those teams can randomly come out. I mean, the Eagles are probably the best by default, but if you looked at a lot of their games, especially in today's game against the Bears, they almost lost that game and could have lost that game. And I told everybody that was going to be a possible trap game. But the Eagles got out of it with a win, but it's not like they're just blowing all these teams out. They barely beat us. So, okay, they did beat us by 2 scores, but the point is that they weren't beating us the entire game. The score was not indicative to how the game was. We actually played them pretty hard. And we played Kansas City hard. We played Dallas hard. And hey, man, it is what it is. We're 1-12-1. I would just tell Texan Nation to go out there, have fun for the last 3 games, and just, play like you're playing for a position. You know what I'm saying? It's all about player evaluation. These guys are stepping up. Petrie's looking good out there. Stingley Jr.'s looking good. Harris is looking good. I like Christian Harris. We got that linebacker from Alabama. And what about that tight end we got? Or that rookie that we got, that Orientano that scored that touchdown. Jordan Atkins is good. Brevin Jordan is good. We got we got Dorsett, and he's pretty good. I mean, we got some good players on this team. Nico Collins will be back next year. Hopefully John Michie II. So I'm looking forward to Texan football next year, man. And, we'll see what happens in the draft. If we can land 2 top 10 draft picks, even better. So I'm liking our position right now. And honestly, it's been fun watching Texan football the last 3 or 4 weeks. So I said, you know what? As long as they're trying, that's all I care about. I don't care about the outcome at this point. I mean, what's the difference between 4-12-1 and 1-15-1? There is no difference. It's just draft position at this point. And I'm not a man for tanking, but I think at this point, you would be a fool not to say the Texans don't benefit from maybe winning no more than 1 game. If they win 2 more, that's 3. Then Chicago's right there. Maybe a couple other teams may, try to want to take our spot, and that's why I say it's probably better it's probably best if maybe we win 1 more. I think we should lose probably the next 2 games, and I think maybe try to win the last one against the Colts. Just, to end the year off with the win in our 12-game losing streak at that point. I think we're at 9 losses in a row right now. So it'll probably be 11 most likely, and then we could probably try to win the last game just to try to end it off on a good note, I guess. And, prepare for the draft. That's all you can do. The Bengals have the Bengals are pretty good too. The Bengals are pretty good. I forgot about the Bengals. Like I said, that NFC is tough, man. I'm feeling nervous for the Cowboys, Ravens, and Dolphins. Anthony Rivera, who do you rep, man? The Bengals tend to harass the Chiefs. Oh, I forgot about that. Okay, so Bears are the only team that could take that pick. All right, that's cool. Man, there was a lot of good games on today, man. I can't believe Jacksonville beat the Cowboys. And look, check this out. I pick on the Jaguars every year because I always say that they're like the Redskins of the NFC East. But to be honest with you, man, they might take the AFC South title because the Tennessee Titans decided that they don't want to play football no more, and they decide that 7 wins is enough to take the AFC South. And I would have told you 4 weeks ago, man, all they got to do is go 8-9, they'll take the AFC South. And now looking at it, the Jacksonville Jaguars, a team that I've been bullying for the last couple of years. I'm not going to lie to you, y'all guys haven't beaten us since 2017. Okay? Y'all haven't beaten us since 2017. You're probably going to beat us on the week, what is it? Not this week. We got the Titans. So next week we play you guys. So you'll probably end the streak against us because you're not the same Jacksonville Jaguars team we usually normally play. So I think Trevor Lawrence will probably get revenge in the streak or whatever, the 12-13 game winning streak we got, on you guys. And then, it is what it is. I'm not angry. I'm not upset about it. No, it's no water off a duck's back. You guys are actually playing for the AFC South title, and low key, you guys probably might actually win the AFC South. You guys might win the South. Ain't that some shit? Hey, what's up, CG? You think the 49ers are a legit contender? Yeah, I just named 4 teams in the NFC. If you didn't watch it earlier, I said Dallas, Eagles. I said Eagles, Cowboys. Well, not in this order, but Eagles, Cowboys, Niners, Vikings. So those are the top 4 teams right now in the NFC. And any one of those teams is a crapshoot at this point. Brock Purdy is a pretty damn good quarterback. Y'all might not even need Trey Lance anymore. I don't know. There's something about Trey Lance I don't like. I don't know. I don't trust the kid. Plus, he got injured. He looked really sloppy in that Bears game. No offense. And it's just, I don't really like him. Sorry. Brock Purdy's probably going to be the starting quarterback for the Niners. That's probably going to be your franchise quarterback right there. Low key, no. And Jimmy G, I hate to say it, broken foot out for the year. In my opinion, the Niners will be foolish into bringing him back next year. I think at this point, it's nothing personal. NFL's full of injuries. I get it. People get hurt. I understand that. I've been dealing with an injured back since April, so I can kind of relate to, in a sense to where when you get injured, you can't perform at 100%. But I'm going to be honest with you. Just because you get injured a lot doesn't mean you get sympathy all the time. So you have to look at it like that. I think the Niners are ready to go in a new direction. I think it would make more sense to let Jimmy go next year. Or this offseason, I'd be really shocked to see Jimmy as a Niner next year. I think that broken foot was enough right there. Or broken bone or whatever he's out for the year. Whatever that injury is, that's a straw on the camel's back. I think it's over. Brock Purdy's doing pretty good. The Niners are in good position right now. And I think that the Niners are going to have a really good future with Brock Purdy and Deebo Samuel and the guys they got over there. And Christian McCaffrey. Or is it, yeah, Christian McCaffrey they added at running back. So that's also, another addition that you add to that offense. Now they actually have a run game to complement the passing game that Brock Purdy has, because he has a pretty good arm. I've been following that guy since he was with, I think he went to Iowa State, if I'm correct. Wasn't he with Iowa State? If I'm correct, I might be wrong. But yeah, I remember him in college, and he was really good. So, like I said, the Niners got a really good squad, man. I can't knock it. Yeah, Iowa State. I'm a Big 12 guy, so there you go. He's really good. I like the kid. And when the Niners got him and put him at third string, I'm like, damn, why y'all got him at third string? Oh, we got to have Lance and Garoppolo. I'm like, well, shit, I would have put Brock Purdy. And everyone's like, nah, you're crazy. I'm like, nah, I like the kid. Like, you see his mechanics? Like, the dude's got an arm. Like, I would have put him in. In fact, look, man, he's a really good pocket passer, man. The guy reads defenses real well. His passes are accurate when he's throwing over the shoulder and between the numbers. Like, the guy's really good. And I was telling people, man, he should start. I was even saying maybe the Texans should draft him low in the draft. I was even considering him as well. I was like, maybe we should get Brock Purdy if he's available. Look, I'm gonna be honest with you. I like Davis Mills. I'm gonna be honest with you. And I know they're mixing up with Jeff Driscoll. Jeff Driscoll, to me, looks like he gives the team more spark. And it's nothing wrong. I'm not like trying to make Davis Mills mad, but he comes in. Davis Mills would be good as a complimentary backup quarterback in certain situations. I don't think he would be a great starting franchise quarterback. In fact, I think Jeff Driscoll he's bringing more excitement to the offense than the Davis Mills. And I'm not saying Davis Mills is trash per se. He did throw that touchdown pass to our tight end, Quarantarino, that we got, that rookie tight end. And then he also connected to Jordan Atkins as well. So I'm not going to sit there and say that Davis Mills is complete trash, but I'll be honest with you, I don't think he's a franchise quarterback at the same time. So with that being said, I think we should get a quarterback in the draft next year. And I'm going to be honest with you, I would mix up Jeff Driscoll and Davis in the offense next year and maybe see what they can do and try to run the same offense, because fuck it, look, it's working. Players are excited to play in this Wildcat formation, and they're actually trying. I'm like, okay, you got Davis out there. 100% of the snaps, he's throwing interceptions. His passes aren't accurate. He's not reading defense as well. He looks nervous in the pocket when it collapses. He has no escape capability, even though he did have one today. He had a rushing touchdown today. I'll give him that. But again, Davis Mills is the kind of guy that'll give you touchdowns in a game when the garbage time doesn't really matter, there's like 5 games don't really mean anything, so stats are going to look good. But when you're 0-0 at the beginning of the season, you want him to start. He's not going to really be able to give you that the same stats. So therefore, I would rather have a guy like Jeff Driscoll that looks like he's not really even playing for a starter position, and he looks like he really wants to have a role with this team. And I wouldn't mind bringing Jeff Driscoll back next year. I know this sounds crazy because I had I hated all 3 of these guys, but I would cut Kyle Allen at the end of the year and let him go, and then I would keep Jeff Driscoll as backup, and I would draft a third string quarterback in the draft to get an actual quarterback to groom, and then just complimentary that way we can have some options on the field for next year. But I would not be shocked if we're gonna have a losing record for the next 2 years, because I can already see it coming. Because it's not like we have Deshaun Watson, so again we have to start all over. So it's probably gonna be like 3-4 years. It just is what it is. I mean, it's not going to be something that's going to be fixed next year. I know that's for damn sure. We're probably going to have another losing record next year. So it really depends. And honestly, I would probably start Jeff Driscoll in the first game next year. Call me crazy. I probably would start him and mix up that Wildcat a little bit. And then I would bring in somebody like Bryce Young or somebody you have right there that can sort of mix in that package and just throw the defenses off and say, oh shit, who's a starting quarterback? All 3 of them, motherfucker. That's why we're going in the game with all 3 guys. Mills, Bryce Young, or whoever they draft, and then the other guy, Jeff Driscoll. All these guys are playing. So that just throws all the whole defenses off. They don't even know what to do. They're not going to be able to study game film. And that's why our games are really competitive. I would let all 3 guys start. Why not? Fuck it. I mean, if you're going to rebuild, at least make it fun. Say fuck it. Why not? You got nothing to lose. So why not just let them all play? Fuck it. That's what I would do. Elijah Douglas, man, that's what's up, man. Could the Jaguars go on a playoff run if they win the AFC South? That's a good question. A lot of people have asked me that. To be honest with you, man, I think Jacksonville is more playoff prepared than the Titan-Tards are. The Titan-Tards just figure they win their division at 7-10, and that's how they're playing right now. I told you that Ryan Tannehill was trash. I told you that Ryan Tannehill was overrated. I told you that bum was at the end of his career. No offense. Yeah, I mean, he did better with Tennessee than he did with Miami, but that doesn't mean anything, though. Ryan Tannehill is not the kind of guy that's going to win you playoff games and put you in that position. I'm sorry, it just is what it is. And then Malik Willis, he's not NFL ready. Just like Trey Lance is not NFL ready, and just like that other guy, Sam Ehlinger is not NFL ready. I was wrong about him. I thought he was good, but no, I was wrong about that. Sam Ehlinger is not NFL ready. If we would have brought him in, he would be getting hit all over the place, and he wouldn't know what to do. And then I'll be back there screaming in the car at Sam Ehlinger. So no, I was wrong. I thought Sam Ehlinger was good, but I was wrong about that. I changed my mind. He's not that good. I saw him in those 2 games against the Colts, and there were times where their receivers wide the fuck open when they were playing the Raiders, and that guy was overthrown. He like Davis Mills. I was like, oh God, I was wrong about that. Thank God the Texans didn't get him. I was excited for Sam Ehlinger. He's a Texas alumni. And then as soon as we didn't pick him, as soon as I saw this, I was like, oh wait, never mind. I changed my mind. He's not that good. So I'm kind of glad Sam Ehlinger's not here, to be honest with you. I was advocating for him, but nah, no thank you. I don't want him anymore. I changed my mind. Do you want Trey Lance? Fuck no. That dude sucks too. I hate to say it, man. I don't know what Niners fans are so obsessed with that guy over. That guy sucks, man. No, I'm just being honest with you. I saw that game against the Bears, man. He looked fucking terrible, man. And he looked nervous too. He looked Malik Willis. And it's the same thing I said about Malik Willis when Malik Willis was in the game. He's like a deer in the headlights. You just could tell some guys are just not NFL ready. Trey Lance he's just like fucking Malik Willis. Brock Purdy is the guy, and the Niners would be stupid to say otherwise at this point. Brock Purdy is the man in San Francisco, and you would be stupid not to say otherwise. I was telling everybody, you got that guy at third string quarterback, you can put him in. No, we're going to put in Trey Lance. I'm like, I'm sorry, I don't see the hype in that kid. I knew he sucked from the minute. Just like Malik Willis sucks too. I hate to say it, that dude's trash too. He's not NFL. He was just good with Liberty that 1 year or 2 years or whatever. He's just not. He's a deer in the headlights. Sam Ehlinger, same way. That's why I'm glad we didn't get those guys. Some guys you could tell they're just not NFL ready. Oh, what about Sam Ellinger? You were wrapping up. Rachel said you were on his dick the whole year. No, no, I changed my mind when I saw that game against the Raiders. He started 2 games and did terrible. His stats were terrible. So I was just like, oh, wait a minute, I changed my mind. Maybe we should just stick with Davis Mills. When I saw Sam Ellinger out there stinking the bed against the Raiders, and that was when the Raiders were doing bad, by the way. That guy was just terrible. His stats were really bad. I think he had like a -2 quarterback passing rating going in the fourth quarter. I was like, nah, never mind. I'll just keep Davis Mills. I changed my mind. That's why I don't mention Sam Ellinger anymore. Like I rarely mention that guy anymore, unless trash comes next to his name. That's the only time I mention that fool. Yeah, but that kid's trash. Sorry. I know he went to the same college I went to, but I don't give a shit. He's not that good. So I changed my mind. He's a short shrimp noodle with a noodle arm, and in the backfield he looks terrible. Can't see over the line, overthrowing fucking receivers. Why do you think the Colts yanked him so fucking quick and put Matt Ryan in there? They benched Matt Ryan for the whole year, and they said Sam Ellinger is going to come in, he's going to light up the field. And I was actually on that too. I said, oh shit, the Colts are going to win out. And then after I saw those 2 games, I thought, oh, never mind. I changed my mind. And then if the Colts try to like come calling us saying, well, we'll trade him for you now, that's okay. We'll keep Jeff Driscoll. I think the Colts were willing to offer him for like a 3rd-round pick, and if we would have jumped on that shit, that would have been bad. So I'm kind of glad we got Jeff Driscoll. I'll take the Wildcat formation. At least it's a little entertaining to watch. But now, if we had Sam Ellinger, we'll just have the same problems over here. And then I'll just be angry and more upset because I'll put him on. I'll have higher expectations for him, considering the fact that he played for UT. So that's the school that I rep, and to the day I die, I bleed orange and white. Brock Purdy is a great story, but isn't taking Lance's job next year. Oh my God, CG Bully. I can't believe you said that. I hope you kept it straight. I hope you're not trolling me right now. Are you seriously? Brock Purdy would be Oh my God. You don't even have to play the rest of the year. I would say Brock Purdy's the starting quarterback for San Fran this year and next year. Oh, no way. No way. Brock Purdy is the fucking man, dude. He adds spunk. He has energy, charisma. The players are coming around him. Look at the accuracy on his arm. Jesus Christ. You put Trey Lance out. If you're going to put Trey Lance out there, you might as well put Sam Ellinger out there while you're at it. Or better yet, you could take Malik Willis from Tennessee. There's some players just they're not NFL prepared, man. It just is what it is. They look good in college, and then you put them out there in the field, and you're like, oh shit, what's going on here? I hope we don't make that mistake with Bryce Young. I hope he actually does live up to NFL hype, but I don't know, something tells me about those Bama quarterbacks. I remember we signed A.J. Carroll, and I was kind of like on the bandwagon on that. I'm like, hey, sign A.J. Carroll. He's available. And then I think we brought him in as backup, and then he came in like 4 or 5 snaps, and I think he threw a pick and had a fumble, and they were like, okay, yeah, you got to get back on the bench. So he didn't last that long after that. I think we cut him like not even a couple of games after that. I was like, okay, I changed my mind about that guy. Facts. Matt Ryan needs to retire. Brock Purdy has to win a Super Bowl. Man, I'm telling you, I like Brock Purdy. I don't know what you guys don't see in him, man. Man, I'm gonna tell. Okay, so they asked what team you think will come out of the NFC. I mean, honestly, home field advantage would matter more to, I think, San Francisco and maybe Philly. I think it's important those two would have to have home field advantage to some degree. I think the Niners can win on the road, but I think if they started the first couple games at home, that would help them. But I think if you were to put those teams on the road, it would be more challenging. Cowboys, I think, can win on the road, and so can the Vikings. I think the Vikings suck at home, but I think on the road they play a lot better. So I think Minnesota can maybe do with one home game. And if they had to play on the road after the fact, then so be it. But if they're the second seed, they'll get 2 home games. But if it's an NFC Championship game, they would have to be on the road. And I would bet Minnesota on the road than at home. Because look at those possible blowout losses they had. You think the 49ers are winning it all? I think the Eagles can beat, but they're not beatable. Yeah, yeah, that is true. I mean, like I said, man, my Texans played a very good game today. Jordan Atkins had a touchdown. Our rookie tight end had a touchdown today. Davis Mills did okay today. Like I said, he wasn't just like phenomenal, but he did okay. You know, Jeff Driscoll, amazing. I love the energy he brings. I would love to welcome him back for another year just to see how that pans out. And I would just tell the guys at this point, just have fun, man. That's it. You got 3 games left. They're all division games. Let's just have fun. We got 2 games on the road. Two of them we got 1 home game left, and we got 2 on the road coming up. Tennessee, I think Jacksonville comes to our house, and then we go at Indy to end the year. And the only team I really want to beat is really the Titans. I mean, not the Titans, the Colts. I mean, I just want to beat them at the end of the year and stick it right to them right as the year ends and slam the door right on their fucking face. Just as the year ends. I want to, if they have a little hope of playoffs from a possible division chase, I want to knock them right out. Just right as the fucking door slams. Yeah, man, I'm telling you. Listen. I think the Jacksonville Jaguars win the AFC South, bro. I had the Titans penciled in. I mean, they're obviously not. I mean, they'll probably kick our ass this week. They should. I think we'll play them actually pretty close, but I think they'll probably win a nail biter. Going in the end, like a last second field goal, some shit like 23-20, some bullshit like that. But the Titantards are, if I was them, I'd be very scared right now because Jacksonville's right fucking behind them. And I had Jacksonville in the top 5 draft pick this year. It looks like they might make the fucking playoffs. So who was I to have thought that? Jaguars meet the Lions in Super Bowl. Another bold prediction. The Lions put 49ers and Eagles to sleep. Yeah, that's going to be tough, man. I want the Eagles versus Niners just so we can beat them in the NFC Championship game. Murder Fresh, what team you rep? Are you a Niners fan? Hey, what's up, man? I want the Eagles bad. Okay, so he's a Niners fan. All right, what's up? Oh, what's up, Crispy? Your Tampa Bay Buccaneers look like they're 6-8. And here's the funny thing: I'm gonna make a bold prediction. If the Bucs do not win that division, the New Orleans Saints will. I love I don't love Andy Dalton. I love the energy the New Orleans Saints brings. They're actually playing. They're actually playing better football. It's not about how you start; it's about how you finish. The Saints have won 2 in a row. They're looking very impressive the last 3 or 4 weeks. Andy Dalton's had a quarterback rating of 95 or better in the last month. I think Andy Dalton has he still is a veteran, so he can still have like that veteran presence that the New Orleans Saints has, not on the same level as a Drew Brees, but Andy Dalton used to be actually a decent quarterback. We've played him twice in the playoffs in the past, and we, of course, even though we beat him both times, Andy Dalton is capable of winning games, and he's capable of putting in last minute drives to win games. I think he has like 25 game winning drives as a quarterback. That's not bad. I mean, he's still, to me, he's got a little juice left in the tank. And if you put Andy Dalton in the right place, he can win games. And in the NFC South, where you're not really doing that well, I think that Andy Dalton can put the Saints in a position to win that division, even with maybe 7 or 8 wins. I think if the Saints can, find a way to go, maybe they're going to probably most likely have to go 3-0, or at least 2-1 in that stretch. But man, if the Bucs keep falling, I think it's a position for the Saints to take that division. I just have this crazy hunch they're going to come in and win the NFC South if the Bucs cannot get it together. 49ers versus Bengals in the Super Bowl. That's what's up, man. Like I said, it's good. I like the Bengals too, but I just don't think they're going to repeat. They're not going to come out of the AFC again. I just think the Chiefs are going to have their number this time. I got Chiefs winning the AFC, hands down. I think they're still the best team. They're playing the most consistent football in the AFC. I'm not saying they don't have their days where they play like crap, but one thing that Kansas City doesn't have right now, they don't have any injuries right now of any significance, and the Chiefs were battle tested today. We gave them a run for their money. We almost beat them. We took them to overtime, and that Kinnison guy, 2 touchdowns today for the Chiefs, looked really good. Kelsey made some really good plays, extending the first down link, getting the ball, moving the chains. Desmond King was getting in Kelsey's head a little bit, trolled them a little bit. Kelsey picked up an unsportsmanlike conduct that pinned the ball back, and then the Chiefs still ended up scoring on that drive. I mean, we gave them a run for their money. So therefore, like, I have nothing else but, hey, but it is what it is. Like, we're losing games, but not in the fashion we should. Teams are sleeping on us. They figure, oh, the Texans are 1-10, they're 1-11, they're 1-12. They're just going to lay flat. They're probably going to do like they did earlier in the year, where they're just giving up in the second half and not really like giving it full 4 quarters. And then they realize, oh shit, the Texans are actually getting in the end zone now. We're actually connecting the guys like Jordan Atkins. We're getting Pierce involved in the running game. We're getting our rookie tight end involved. Brevin Jordan's making some big catches. Nico Collins extending plays, and just getting the ball in the end zone, man. Yeah, and yeah. So to be honest with you, I kind of like where this team is going, and they show some fight. Jeff Driscoll brought a lot of energy to this team, and you would think, I mean, just hearing the name Jeff Driscoll, like, wow, that guy is actually doing pretty good. Like, he mixes up the Wildcat, he's got some speed, and the defense can't really read him. Like none of the defenses can read the game film on Jeff Driscoll. The guy's mixing it up. Like, he's faking handoffs, going for extended runs, extending the chains, moving the first down, and he's most importantly bringing energy to this team. And I have nothing but respect for that guy, man. That guy's actually proven me wrong. He came in as a third string off the practice. Really, we had him demoted to practice squad, brought him in, deactivated him, put him as a third string quarterback, told him he wasn't going to play any time this year. He's been just lighting it up out in the field, man. The guy looks phenomenal. Like, he looks pretty good. He actually makes the game's entertaining to watch. And I'm not going to lie to you, there was a time where I didn't even, after the Miami game, I had no intentions of even watching any of these games. I knew Davis Mills was going to stink up the joint, but when Driscoll comes in, it even makes Davis Mills actually look a little bit better. It gives him, less reps. That means he's got more time to rest, and he can make plays, so you don't have to put him out there for 80, 90 snaps a game, and force him to have to keep throwing the ball. So like I said, it is what it is. Like, I would just tell these guys to have fun. We got Tennessee and Tennessee this week. Just go out there and have fun. We go out there, we get the dub. We don't go out there, hey, man, just keep fighting and, keep the game close and just try your best to, make it entertaining, make it fun. Just go have fun. It's backyard basketball, backyard football. Just look at it like that. This is an exhibition game. Maybe just count it as a regular season game. That's all it is. I mean, you have nothing to lose by losing this game. You have all 4 more to try. So, one thing to be a quitter in life, but it's another thing to just not try, right? So as long as you're trying, then things fall into place. And if we get an extra win at the end of the year, hey, even better. And if not, then if not, it doesn't happen. The Bucs are in first place at 6-8. Yeah, I know, that division is pathetic, just like my division is pathetic. Oh, hey, what's up, man? I went to the Cowboys and Jaguars game today. It was a great game. Oh, that's what's up, Matt. Speaking of which, man, I'm going to Dallas again to go see Travis. We're gonna go Reunion Tower. They're gonna have the big fireworks thing for the New Year's. Do the countdown. I'm gonna record that, put that shit on live stream on December 31st. And then I'm off on the 1st and the 2nd, so I'm going to be in Dallas for probably like 3 days. Fuck it. Might as well. I ain't got shit else to do. I ain't got nothing else to do, man. Jacksonville can win the division. I think they will. I think the Jacksonville Jaguars, I think Trevor Lawrence is looking a lot better. That defense seems to be stepping up, making plays. They're getting the run game more effective. I mean, Jacksonville could probably win the AFC South, as crazy as that sounds. I wouldn't think in a million years I'd be saying that right now. The Jacksonville Jaguars could win the AFC South. Depends on how their schedule looks. I don't know who they play this week, but I know we play the Titans. I think the Titans will beat us, but I think it'll just be like one of those games where they know they can't half-ass against us. If they're going to watch the game film the last couple of weeks, they're going to know they can't half. And the Titans know they're in a must-win situation. They're 7-7, so they know they actually have to try to win this game. And I think Derrick Henry's, going to execute the run game. Our defense is still going to have a tough time stopping the run. And I think the Tennessee Titans will beat us. But I don't think they'll blow us out. But I think they'll beat us like, it'll be a one-score game. between 3 and 6 points. It's not going to be like a big score game. So they're not just going to blow us out or anything. But it'll be a hard fought division game. Come down to the wire. Tannehill will look good against our defense, of course. So he'll probably have a decent QBR rating of like 85 or something. And then Titans fans are going to see, we told you we're better than you. See, I told you we were better than you. And it's just going to be like one of those things where it's like, well, we did fight you. We didn't lay down like you figured we would. Good division game. And, we punched you in the mouth. And, yeah, you were the better team against a team that's probably going to be first in the draft most likely anyway. So, you can go ahead and have that title, And then the next week we got Jacksonville. Jacksonville's eager to end that 5-year losing skid against us, because we got 14 wins in a row against them bastards. So they're probably going to want to beat us to avenge that loss in week 5 earlier in the year against us. I think Jacksonville's a different team than they were at that juncture, and I think they will end the streak against us next week as well. So I think it'll just come down to that final game against the Colts. And honestly, if I'm the Texans, I would just go ahead and just keep playing the same strategy. Let Driscoll and Mills play. Deactivate Kyle Allen immediately. Don't re-sign him next year. It's nothing personal. He just doesn't fit in our system. He may be good somewhere else. He just won't be good here. It just is what it is. And then we'll draft a quarterback in the draft. We could possibly have 2 top 10 picks. If Cleveland continues to win out, they may move us down to 14 or 15. Just depends on where they finish. But I'll take it either way. And then the Texans could draft a quarterback to start off the draft, or we could trade down and gain draft capital. So that also is a good situation to look at. We can come in at 15 or, a top 10 pick and still probably land a quarterback that we want. So to tell you the truth, there's some ways you can kind of look at this, The only thing about Lovie Smith that I want him to do is I want him to have a little more energy, and I want him to have a little more excitement and act like he gives a fuck. Because the press conferences are kind of like bland and boring to watch. I can't really get through a 2-minute press conference of Lovie Smith. Then when he starts trolling and stuff, I'm kind of like, okay, all right, now I'm going to definitely not watch this. Because he'll say off the wall shit like, well, if Davis had a little bit more pocket protection, you would be seeing 40, 50-yard passes from him. I'm like, I don't know about all that, dude. That's when I know he's just trolling. He's just trying to get, extra views or something for his videos or whatever. Then I just decide to proceed to turn it to something else because I know he's trolling at that point. So I just like, okay, well, obviously that's French for we don't have a quarterback in this situation. But that's okay. We'll get somebody in the draft. And then, we still got other picks where we can maybe get a running back. We may get an extra linebacker, maybe an edge rusher, address that in the offseason. And say, like I said, we still got a lot of strategy. This draft coming up is going to be really excited. So, like I said, these last 3 games are just, hey, there ain't nothing else to do on Sunday. Just turn it on and watch yourself a team that's going to play hard. At 1-12-1, I will admit this team is very exciting to watch. They're not really as bad as their record says they are, but they are what their record is. So they still suck, but at the same time, they're actually trying, so I can't fault them at that. They're actually going out, hustling. We're actually, this Wildcat formation actually is what's making the games close. Teams are having a hard time studying game film on Driscoll. Driscoll's actually making plays against teams like Kansas City and Dallas. I don't know how he's pulling this off, but it's fun to watch him. And I must admit, I think he would be, I think we can implement him more in this system next year. And if teams are not being able to read the defense, why not? Be able to read Driscoll in this Wildcat formation and the read option. Why not continue to stick with this? Why not fuck it? If we're going to lose games, at least this puts us in position to sneak a couple more out next year and get this rebuild thing to a successful, we can use 3 quarterbacks next year. A lot of teams don't do that. They just want to use 1 quarterback, maybe bring another quarterback in, and do like these little trick plays here or there where they'll bring like 1 guy in for 1 play and you'll never see him again. Fuck it. You got 3 quarterbacks. Why not use them all? Like, why don't NFL teams start really doing that and just mixing it up and seeing what happens? You have nothing else to lose, And that way those guys don't, get all these repetitions and they're just tired. They look like they're all worn out. They look like they don't want to be in there. And you could just mix it up and put different quarterbacks in there and just see what happens, We have nothing to lose. Nothing to lose by playing Jeff Driscoll and Mills the remainder of the year in this combination of this Wildcat / read option. I'm loving it. Who would have thought that Jeff Driscoll can actually play like that? I would have never thought that in 100 years. He's going to shine out there. Well, yeah, I mean, Lovie Smith does troll. He does troll the media, but the reason why he does that is because they ask dumbass questions, so he just responds with dumbass trolling comments. So I get it, because he's basically saying, well, I have no team that's going to put me in position to win right now, so then I'm going to be the bad guy. Well, then fuck it, then I'm just going to troll you guys. Well, fuck it, let him troll. Just let him troll. Coley did it last year. Fuck it. Lovie Smith will just troll the next couple of years. Fuck it. I don't care. I mean, as long as this rebuild's going in the right direction, and they're trying, so I can't fault them for that. I just don't want to see us go 16-1 next year. I hope we can at least get to about 5 or 6 wins, maybe 5 wins. I think I'm not going to have the bar set too high. I'm looking at maybe 4 or 5 wins next year. And that's just being nice. I say between 3 and 5 wins next year. And the next year after that, probably about around the same. I'm telling you, man, it's going to be probably a while before we figure this shit out. And especially the quarterback position, man. We got to find another Deshaun Watson type of guy that can make plays, extend the ball, has pocket awareness, can read the defense, can be able to move the chains, and the fact that Deshaun Watson can rush for 1,000 yards in a season and still throw for 5,000. You're not going to have that kind of quarterback anytime soon. So we're just going to have to rebuild this. This thing could take 3 or 4 years, man. I'm just being honest. I mean, I'm looking at the long run. Texans fans are like, I think we'll fix it next year. I'm like, I don't see that. I think about reasonably 3 years, maybe 4. And that's just being nice. That's just being nice. I'm thinking 3 to 5 years. Real talk. If you look at the history of NFL and you see teams rebuilding, that's typically the norm. In NBA basketball, it takes like 40 years to rebuild. It takes I'm lying. It takes about 8 years I was looking at the average team rebuild 8 years. The Boston Celtics, they went from 93 to 08 without a playoff appearance, if I'm correct. If I'm correct, I may be wrong. My numbers may be a little off. Golden State went in the playoffs in the early 90s, and they didn't make it again until about around 07, 08. So basketball takes fucking forever to rebuild, man, because it takes forever to hit that LeBron James or like a superstar, and then you can rebuild faster. Not to mention you got 5 guys going to one team, which that's really what kind of made the NBA kind of trash now, when you got 5 guys just all banana boating to one team. The NFL, you got to have a quarterback that's going to be groomed. You got to get lucky, man, and it sucks. The draft's all about luck. You got to you got to be in the right position at the right time. And even sometimes you got to be lucky. You might have picked a guy you didn't want, and then he ended up being good, and then it just happens by mistake. You pick a guy in the draft you're high on, and then he ends up sucking. It happens. Yeah, it happens, man. Go ask the Titans about Malik Willis. I'll tell you. That dude's trash. Have you seen him out there? They talking about, no, he's nervous. Nah, he looks more like it than a deer in the headlight. That dude sucks. They're like, well, he's just nervous. You can't really fault him. That's the Titans fans say. He's just nervous. I'm like, no, he's not nervous. That dude sucks. You can tell between nervous and sucks. When Jeff Driscoll is better than him, that tells you something right there. And Sam Ehlinger sucks too. I was wrong about him. Thought he was good. I changed my mind. I saw him for 2 games. That's enough. That's enough for me to know he sucks. And it just is what it is. Some guys ready, some guys ain't. Trey Lance, I think he sucks personally. Niners fans probably disagree with me. I think Brock Purdy is better. I think Jimmy Garoppolo is better than Trey Lance. But that's just my opinion. But again, people are going to argue with me that, that Trey Lance is better than Brock Purdy. I disagree. I think Brock Purdy's better. I think he proved it in the couple of games he was in there. Trey Lance was like shit against the Bears. Who's that other motherfucker that sucks that they were high on in the draft? What's his name? Mac Jones looks okay. He's probably the best in his draft class. He's the best in it. Zach Wilson sucks too. Zach Wilson had a decent game today, but he sucks too. He's worse than that white guy that they had that they had in the backup quarterback for the Jets. He's better than Zach Wilson. Zach Wilson sucks. And again, if I hear another a thing about that trolling about the what's his name, Sam Darnold, Sam Darnold's okay. I said he sucks. He kind of does. He did suck with the Jets, but he's okay with Carolina. But I think P.J. Walker's going to be the next guy in Carolina. That's just my opinion. But it could, beg to differ, may change. But yeah, Zach Wilson is trash, though. Sorry, man. I don't mean to upset Jets fans. It's just the truth. That guy sucks, man. He's definitely an overrated quarterback. That's the way they land. Tua Tagovailoa. I don't know, man. That guy did work. That guy did pretty bad on the West Coast, and he's had a mound of injuries, injury prone, not to mention you. And plus, he's sustained a lot of concussions. That CTE is real, man. That shit ain't no joke with that CTE stuff, man. I'm telling you, I think Tua Tagovailoa's not careful, man. Man, he might be wheelchair, but I'm not saying to make fun of him. I'm just saying it's truth. That guy's taking hard hits. And again, I mean, I think he's probably better. I think he's got a lot more heart than a lot of these quarterbacks out there. Justin Herbert's good. I like Justin Herbert. That's a good question, Rick. I like Justin Herbert. He's good. What do you think about Kyle Allen? Oh, he sucks. Yeah, you talking about our backup quarterback? Nah, that dude sucks. That dude fumbled. He threw an interception, and he fumbled the ball twice, threw an interception the last time he played. I never want to see that guy again. How are you going to fumble the ball on a quarterback sneak, man? That dude had to get inches, and he tried a quarterback sneak and fumbled the fucking ball and gave the Browns a touchdown. That guy, he fumbled the ball twice. He fumbled the ball on a pitch. He fumbled the ball quarterback sneaking, and he threw an interception all in the first half. I'm like, nah, man, fuck this guy. And he was overthrowing receivers as well. So, I mean, he was wide open, Nico Collins. This guy's way overthrowing him on 3rd and 6. No, man, fuck that guy. I changed my mind. And everyone's like, well, he went to U of H. I don't care about none of that shit. Just like I don't give a shit if Sam Ehlinger went to UT. I don't care about none of the dude's trash. He's trash. It just is what I don't want them here, man. What do you think about Rattler from South Carolina? Nope. That guy's another Kyler Murray in the making. He just looked good for South Carolina, but when he gets an NFL uniform, I remember I was kind of high on him a couple of years back, but nah, I don't want him here. He's just a little short midget quarterback, and he'll do bad here. Already see it coming a mile away. Kyler Murray's, God forbid his injury, the large contract he got just now, that's unfortunate. Sorry to hear about that, but I think that'll be another situation with Rattler. Just, he'll just be here. Probably second, third string. He'll be sitting on the bench in a game we're getting blown out. Then he'll come in and stink up the joint. It's just another. Sometimes you can just read quarterbacks right off the way and you just know they're going to be trash. I don't want Rattler here. Now, fuck that shit. I was being honest. I like Max Duggan. Max Duggan's badass. I would like to have him here at quarterback. He'd definitely somebody I would consider. Bryce Young's on my radar. As well. I like the guy from Georgia, Stanton. He's okay. And then who's the other one from that plays for Ohio State? TJ Stroud. TJ Stroud's pretty good. And then they got that other cat from what's his name? From Oregon, that's pretty good too. So there's some quarterbacks floating around the league. You got Caleb Williams for USC, but he won't be eligible for the NFL till the next year. You got some people that are still in the mix. You still have to wait and see. But I remember we were high on Rattler for a while. I remember we were talking about drafting him, like when he's ready to come in the NFL. Like, I'm like, yeah, he looks good for South Carolina. I'll give him that. But nah, I don't think he'll do good with us. Nah, the guy's short. He can't see over the line and stuff. Yeah, the only short quarterback we've ever had that did decent for us was like guys like TJ Yates and probably Case Keenum. Case Keenum's probably the best ever we had, like in terms of like being a short guy. I would love to have Case Keenum back here. I mean, he knows the system and everything. Hell, I would even tell Ryan Fitzpatrick to come out of retirement. He's not that bad as a backup quarterback. I would have him here. He knows the system real well. Fuck it. I mean, we're not gonna land a franchise quarterback anytime soon. You might as well work what works the best. Give you the best chances to win. And I think Driscoll puts us in a position where I think he's earned a spot on this roster. He's earned a spot on this roster for next year. And that's facts. If you could go watch the last Texans 3 games with Jeff Driscoll in the lineup, you'll see this guy is, the defenses can't even read him. The guy's hustling for first downs. He's hustling to get in the first down. There was one play today against the Chiefs where he took like 2 hits trying to get in the end zone, even though he didn't make it, but he was trying to get in there. And he took a big hit. And the dude didn't even slide. He didn't even try to slide for the first down. He was for that. He didn't even try to slide to get to the 1-inch yard line. He was actually trying to get in. I'm like, okay, I give this guy credit where credit's due. He's trying. And I think, honestly, he's proven that he can have a spot on this roster. I'm just staring out into the water. That's why I'm not reading any comments right now. Just staring out. There were some fish that were jumping out of this water right over here. I was excited for the Cardinals long term in 2020 and 2021. They're prone late season fails. Yep. Fresno State, Jake here is a sleeper. Yeah. Don't know why the Jets pick Wilson over Fields. I like Justin Fields. I like him. Panthers still have Corral waiting to start. Oh yeah, that's right, they do. Forgot about that. You could have won, but no, yeah, we could have. Coulda, woulda, shoulda. Oh, OBJ, what I think about that piece of shit? What's his name? You talking about Odell Beckham? The Odell Beckham is kind of like the DeMarcus Cousins of the NFL. If you don't know who DeMarcus Cousins is, he's a head case for the NBA. He's just big for nothing. A guy that used to give you 25 points a game and get ejected. We know that when he played for the Rockets, and we ended up releasing him when he refused to play for us. So we let him go. Didn't get anything in return for him. Don't give a shit. Bon voyage, DeMarcus Cousins. That's basically what Odell Beckham is at this point in his career. He made that one-handed grab. Everybody's excited to see him. He did a couple of decent plays for the Cleveland Browns. And now he's just an overrated bum who's just waiting to get on a playoff team at the end of the year. I think that shit's dumb as fuck. I think the Cowboys would be foolish to sign him. I think T.Y. Hilton was a great sign-up for the Cowboys. I'm shocked that the Colts would let him go. In fact, the Indianapolis Colts should have took a chance on Odell Beckham and put him with T.Y. Hilton and mixed that up with Matt Ryan and then see where that goes. That actually wouldn't have been that bad. I mean, it would have been something for an experiment. But Odell Beckham is a kind of guy where you can sign him right when you're in the playoffs, see if he can make those one or two plays here or there, get you an opportunity to score, maybe even score himself. And then at the end of the season, then in the offseason, he gave you a lot of problems, and then he's going to, it's just going to get bad, and then you're probably going to have to let him go. So it's probably going to be something like that situation. He's good in a short, he's a head case, he has a short fuse, he has a temper, and he's on the down low. Well, he's low-key gay. But, I mean, I think the footage, all the stuff that he does pretty much proves it. I don't care about his sexuality. That's irrelevant. But the point is this guy is a head case, and he's a problem in the locker room. And that's why you don't want a guy like Odell Beckham on your team. It just is what it is. He'll actually ruin the morale. Just like Cousins did when he was with us, just like John Wall did when he was with us, just like James Harden did at the end of his tenure before we traded him 24 hours after he said that I don't think this can be fixed. Okay, we'll deactivate you, and then you were traded 24 hours. Thank you, the Nets, for all those picks that you've given us. We ended up paying for that, even though the Nets look like they might win the NBA Finals this year. They're looking pretty good with Durant and Kyrie. They look like, a team that was two players demanding trade. Now they're actually 19-12. I think they won today. So I'm actually on the bandwagon. I hope the Nets win this year. Just so that way Kyrie and Durant get a ring together so Durant can stop being made fun of for being the guy that's just riding the coattails of Stephen Curry and Thompson. And, he knows those two rings. Kevin Durant knows those two rings he has do not count. He can sit there and lie to himself and say, I got 2 championships, but there's asterisks all over it. Those 2 rings do not count. He went to a team that was already built. He went to a team that was already guaranteed to be the winner. He just basically jumped on the bandwagon and just gave them 2 more rings. He won 2 rings. Now he wants to go back to Golden State. As far as I'm concerned, Kevin Durant has no rings in my opinion. He still needs to go and prove himself. He hasn't done it. He can't carry a team on his own, and therefore Kevin Durant has to win this year. So I'll root for Kevin Durant, Kyrie, both of these guys. Kyrie actually did carry the Cavaliers to the 2017 finals, not LeBron. So I'll give Kyrie Irving his flowers. But Kevin Durant, those 2 rings you have, you can say that they count, but technically they don't. They don't count. That's why you're in Brooklyn. And we'll see where that goes. Steven's rants are gold tonight. Oh, yeah. I mean, when I get to talking, I don't shut up. That's when people stop what they're doing and listen to what I have to say. When I have nothing to talk about, that's when I got one live stream in this motherfucker. But when I'm talking, I don't shut up. I got like 8, 9, 10 people doing their own thing, listening to what I have to say, whether they disagree or agree to disagree, and then they'll multitask and then listen to what I have to say for an hour, and then they'll just go about their daily lives, rinse and repeat tomorrow. Man, I sit out in this motherfucker till 2, 3 a.m. at times, guys. I shit you not. Sometimes I just sit here and just stare at the water. I sit at the bench over here, just chill and just hang out, man. That's what I do. How about the ending game of the Patriots-Raiders? I didn't catch that one. That one-handed catch was against your Cowboys? Really? It was? Holy shit. Yeah, but Odell Beckham's a cancer in the locker room. You don't want a guy like that in your locker room anyway. You don't. I think the Cowboys would be foolish to sign him. I think they're just doing that to make some late splurge if they have him and T.Y. Hilton. I'm not saying they won't make a run in the playoffs. Odell Beckham's kind of like Terrell Owens of that year they signed the T.O. That's basically what the Cowboys are trying to, in my opinion, they're trying to do what they should have did in 2008. I think when they had T.O. and they should have won the Super Bowl that year, or 2007, whatever the first year the Giants won. That when they signed Terrell Owens, I think that's basically sort of a carbon copy of what that happened that time. You sign a guy like OBJ who has a talent, who's a head case in the locker room, but you're still taking a chance on him. But I think Cowboys are like, well, we're not going to sign him for the whole year. We're just going to sign him for the playoffs. And now that's fine. I mean, it could work. Who knows? I mean, like Odell Beckham could make some plays and get the Cowboys some good quality playoff wins. Who knows? He could make a run, but I still think the Cowboys can do it without him. But I think if you have OBJ, you got a decoy. You can use him as a decoy even if he's not out there making big plays. You can draw other defenders out there, get other guys wide open. And the Cowboy, and so you have CeeDee Lamb on one side, you'll have T.Y. Hilton on the other, and you can put Odell in the slot. And you can still mix that up for Dallas. And that would still, I mean, I wouldn't fault Dallas for trying to do that, especially now 10-4. You just lost the big game against Jacksonville. You're probably not going to win that division now. So you're looking at a wild card game at Tampa Bay against an experienced Tom Brady who can win games in the playoffs despite that probably losing record he's going to have. But I think Dallas will probably want to prepare. That's going to be a really big game in the wild card round. And I think Dallas will probably want to sign Odell just to take that chance and play against Tampa Bay because Tampa Bay still got Brady. They can still make plays. And again, the Bucs can, if Brady gets to the playoffs, it doesn't matter if he's 7-10. What matters is 0-0 at that point because you just got to win playoff games to advance to the next round. You just got to win to stay on the board. So I think at that point, Dallas is like, wait a minute, their 7-10 records are irrelevant. They have a home game. We're on the road. So we got to sign Odell for this game. And, it's a one-game elimination. It's not the best of 7, the best of 5, best of 3, none of that shit. So, therefore, I think that this would be a great addition if they do sign Odell. But I guarantee you the Cowboys will have problems with him the following year, though. As soon as the next season starts, he'll be a problem in the locker room. It'll be like the Terrell Owens thing all over again. It'll be the new Terrell Owens. Marvin said I compare him to Andre Rison. Well, yeah, I mean, he has a talent of Andre Rison. Andre Rison for the Falcons. You talking about that wide receiver? Yeah, he's pretty good. Didn't Lisa Left Eye Lopez burn his house down? If I remember, I don't remember that, but I mean, if I did my homework on it and I heard she burned his house down, but I don't know if that's true though. I heard she set that motherfucker's house on fire. He was in there. Hey, Lisa Left Eye Lopez is fine. I don't care what anybody says. She was fine as hell. In my opinion. Yeah, that Vikings comeback was badass. Yeah, I agree. That Vikings comeback was probably one of the best comebacks ever. That boy Matt Ryan is making NFL mimes once again. And see, we tied against that bastard in the first week. I would love to have my revenge tour against him. Last game of the year. Where it actually means something. And beat Matt Ryan. One last time before we get the help before we end the season. Okay, if I had to pick my 2 NFL finalists, I got Kansas City out of the AFC. And for the NFC, that's going to be tough, man. But I mean, I would, again, I had Dallas penciled in since the beginning of the year to come out of the NFC. I think this will be their year. But I don't, after that loss against Jacksonville, it's kind of, that's a tough one. Dallas would probably have to take a risk with OBJ just to see what they can do. Like they would need, like, I mean, T.Y. Hilton's good, but you have OBJ and CeeDee Lamb. If they get OBJ out and T.Y. Hilton is still that same player he was in Indy, then I would take Dallas to come out of the NFC. With those 3 receivers, possibly. You still got the run game with Pollard, run game with Zeke. You can mix up the run game a little bit. Dak, if he stays healthy, he can still, if the pocket can protect. like I said, there's a lot of bad losses going in the NFL, a lot of upsets, but as long as you get in the playoffs, that's all that matters. I mean, really doesn't even matter if you're at home anymore. Really, home games are irrelevant. Home games are irrelevant, to tell you the truth. A lot of people say, all you got to do is lock down a home game in the playoffs. Nah, you don't have to do that shit. I think we're past it. I think now you just want to make the playoffs. To tell you the truth, here's a team that I think would be really cool to make it, the Detroit Lions. If Detroit at 7-7, who's turned their season around, you put Detroit in that playoff spot, man, and they come in at number 7. That means they're going to Minnesota, a team that they've already beaten and really should have swept this year. Detroit had a 2-touchdown lead in Minnesota earlier in the season and blew the game. But this Detroit Lions team is hot right now. They're on fire. They're 7-7. They won a big game in New York against the Jets. They're winning games, man. And I'm telling you, this Detroit Lions team is fun and exciting to watch with Jared Goff, man. I mean, could the Lions maybe take the foreskins, or what do they call them, the Commanders? I mean, it's a possibility. But again, I think it would be very exciting to see the Detroit Lions get in and maybe like them overtake the Commanders. Because I don't think the Commanders will do well in the playoffs. This is my opinion. I want to see some teams that's going to make the matchups even. Do you really want to see Commanders going up to Minnesota for a wild card game? No, but I would love to see Detroit at Minnesota for a wild card game, and that would be fun to watch. Which division's worse, the NFC South or the AFC South? I'm going to be honest with you. I think the NFC South is the worst division. It was ours, but I think now in the power rankings, Jacksonville's winning games. The Texans are playing a lot harder. What's that other team that's playing? Jacksonville, Houston, Tennessee, Indy. The Indianapolis Colts are keeping games close despite not finishing them well. Those teams look good. You got the NFC South. The Bucks are 6-8, a division winner. You got the Saints, who are actually probably right now the best team in the NFC South, and the Carolina Panthers, I think, is second best. And then and that's I think the Bucks are the worst team in the NFC South despite their record, and I think playing wise they're the worst, and I think the Falcons are second. In fact, no, I'll put the Falcons dead. No, I'll put the Bucks dead last, and I'll put the Falcons third to last. And then I'll put the Panthers at second, and then I'll put the New Orleans Saints as the best team in the NFC South, despite what the record says they are. I think the New Orleans Saints are the best team in the NFC South, and I think if they can manage to win a couple of games, they're right in it and have a chance to make it based on their division. Pittsburgh looks good. They had a big win against Carolina today. Mitchell Trubisky has been named the starter for the remainder of the year. And they're actually trying to win for Mike Tomlin, who's never had a losing season. The Steelers never had a losing season under Mike Tomlin, so they're 6-8 now. They got 3 games left, so they just got to win 2 or tie, or win 3 in a row. Wow, that's going to be tough. And I don't know who Pittsburgh plays to end the year. I don't know their schedule. I don't have it right now in my hand, but they're actually trying, and they're actually trying to play for Mike Tomlin. So I got to give them credit where credit's due. Yeah. Let's see who else is on here. I don't know who the Chiefs play this week. I think the Chiefs won their division, didn't they? Didn't they win the AFC West today? Because I think they swept the Chargers, so they own the tiebreaker on the Chargers. Do I think the Raiders can get in? I don't know, because the Raiders have to get a wild card spot, so they have to keep winning. They would have to win out, basically. It's going to be hard. Raiders versus Steelers on Christmas Eve. Oh, shit, that's going to be a good one. Oh, Debo and Mitchell will play in the playoffs? Oh, God. Maybe Odell Beckham should sign with the Niners. Bring Odell in. Bring him in. God damn it. Let Odell Beckham play for the San Francisco 49ers, bro. What are my plans for Christmas? Okay, so I was asked for Christmas, what are my plans? Man, tell you the truth, I only got 3 gifts I'm giving out this year. Well, I'm going to give a gift to my brother, a gift to my sister, and my peoples. And that's it. I'm not really even, spending all this money on Christmas. I'm not splurging out. And then for New Year's, man, I'm gonna go to the reunion tower and see the New Year's countdown with the little fireworks show. Or live stream that, and then after that, probably stay in Dallas for another day or two because I'm off literally 2 days after New Year's. So that's the plan right now. Hey, what's up, Pistol? Eagles versus Cowboys on Christmas Eve. Ooh, I didn't know that. That's gonna be a good one. Let's see. What is that one? So, what's your prediction on Bucks final record and division winner? I still think the Bucks hands down win that division. I think if they could lock up a home game, if the Bucks can win their division, I still think they'll be a threat in the playoffs with Tom Brady. I don't know if the Raiders can get in. Don't they have to win out, and then they need like other teams to lose? Because I think that 7th seed in the AFC's up for grabs. But if the Chargers keep winning at 8-6, unless Miami can collapse, then it's gonna be tough. The Raiders would have to win out. They would need some serious help in the last 3 weeks. You got revenge on New England. You know Bill Belichick is 0-2, right? Against his arch nemesis, and that's Tom Brady and Josh McDaniels. So the Patriots, the Lord of Evil, Bill Belichick cannot beat the guys who are the closest to him. Not all of his coaching staff members, but I'm talking about like actual legit guys that were like close to him that he worked with. And Josh McDaniels now owns him, and so does Tom Brady because Tom Brady beat Bill Belichick. So I still think Chiefs are the best team in the AFC. And they're going to be a very difficult team to beat. Well, I'm not saying the Bengals can't win, but I don't know. They're going to be a thorn on their side. What's up, man? Chargers is a 6 seed. Yeah, the Chargers. Oh, okay, the Chargers went up, so that means Miami went down to 7. Ouch. That sucks, man. Dolphins may collapse. But yeah, my Texans are playing hard. So like I said, I'm not faulting them. You know what I'm saying? Jeff Driscoll's looking pretty good out there, man. He's the most exciting quarterback to watch in the league right now because he's actually mixing up the plays, the wildcat formation, the read option. Teams can't read him. The defenses can't read him. I mean, we almost single-handedly beat Dallas, KC, and Miami. We almost beat them when we shouldn't even been in any of those games. We were down 30-0 at halftime, scored 18 unanswered points on the Dolphins. Dolphins won't tell you that, though. They won't tell you that scare we almost gave them. You know, but like I said, we're trying, so I can't really blame them, you know, at this point. I would just tell the guys have fun. Go out there and have fun, man. That's it. Last three games of the end of the year. Let's have fun, man. Just have fun, bro. Just go out there, do your thing, make some hits, make some plays, and have fun. Play football. Play your contract, what we tell you, what we sign you for. And just prepare for the NFL draft. At this point, that's the only message that should go to these guys. There's nothing else to tell them. And you can say we can play spoiler and stuff. It's irrelevant. Win or lose at this point, it's irrelevant. Just have fun, man. That's it. If we can get maybe one more win at the end of the year, that would be great. But I still want Chicago catching us. I don't want the Bears taking the number 1 pick from us because I want us to add leverage with that number 1 pick so we can maybe trade down and get some draft capital. We can maybe get some more 2nd-round picks and maybe get and only move a little bit down in the 1st round, maybe to 7 or 8 or 9 or 10, and maybe get a shitload of 2nd and 3rd round picks. Maybe even get a future pick in the 1st round next year. I don't know. Maybe we'll have to see what teams, if their team's willing to trade up and give us what, you know, or the highest bidder. You know, if we think we can get the guy in the draft we want and at 10, do it. Do it if you think we can. If you think all the quarterbacks or whoever you think we're going to get in the draft needs, and you feel like this is the guy we need, but we can get him at 10, do it. Then make them make the trade and get more draft capital. Use it as strategy, man. A lot of teams out there will probably offer some trade deals. One's going to outbid the other and take the one with the highest bidder. Oh, 0-3, McDaniels beat him twice? I didn't know that. Do you think Derek Carr's done? I don't know, man. He would have to win out. They would have to go at least 9-8 or 8-9 for the Raiders to even consider keeping him around. I think Derek Carr will be a Raider next year, but I really think the Raiders are going to probably get a quarterback in the draft and really sort of speed that process up of trying to prepare for next year. They're going to do what we're going to do. Draft a QB. I think Bryce Young probably would do good as a Raider. I think the Texans could get Max Duggan from the TCU. And that would be a good pickup if we can get Max Duggan and put him at third string. I wouldn't mind. Yeah, the Chargers look good, man. As we got a lot of football left, man. 3 more weeks. It's going to be exciting to see how this all pans out when it's done. Oh, he's out for the year, torn ACL. That sucks, and he just got a big contract, too. He just got a big contract, bro. I feel bad for that guy, for that kid, man. And that means he's all out next year, too. Fuck. And they got Colt McCoy, I heard. I didn't even know Colt McCoy was still in the league. When I heard the last week that Colt McCoy was starting, I'm like, what? I wouldn't mind having Colt McCoy here as a Texan. I wouldn't mind bringing him in, maybe as a solid backup. I think I would release Kyle Allen and I would bring in Colt McCoy just to have him on the roster. Damn, it happened last week. That fucking sucks, man. Who do your Raiders got next week, Pistol? What about for Christmas, man? Y'all spend a lot of money for Christmas. I'm only budgeting $60. $60 a budget on Christmas this year, or $80 bucks. Yeah. And then for New Year's, I'm going to Dallas to see the firework. To see the countdown for New Year's, the reunion tower. I'm gonna live stream that whole thing, man. It's gonna be badass. Yeah. Let me see some other comments for anybody else who might have dropped in. Bucks clapped the second half. Yeah, they kind of did, bro. I'm trying to see if anybody else came in here. I don't know if... Let's see, Modog. Oh, Modog, what's up, man? Yeah, that NFC South is terrible. But so is our division, too. I think Jacksonville will win this year. I think they'll win the division. I think they'll come back and take the Titans. Titans' last hope. If Titans don't beat us this week, if we manage to beat them, then they don't deserve to make the playoffs. I'll probably do one of those probably tomorrow. I was just on here bullshitting, talking about football. I might do one later tonight. I don't know. Probably if I end the stream and probably get on in about an hour, take like a little maybe 30-minute break, or it'll probably be tomorrow night most likely. All right, Titan Anderson swinging at the air right now with the Titans loss. Oh yeah, I heard he's pissed. That motherfucker's swinging at the air. Oh, absolutely. Like I said, I can't wait till the NFL playoff starts, man. It's going to be fun, and we still got 3 more weeks of football. Until then, once the playoff starts, it's any man's ball game. So, yeah, I think Kansas City's going to run the AFC. I think they're going to make Super Bowl. I got the Chiefs coming out of there. I think the Bills will play them in the AFC Championship game, but I think Chiefs got it this time. Chiefs will win again. That Bills-Chiefs game is going to be badass. Badass AFC Championship game. It's going to be a badass game. Fun to watch. The NFC is a crapshoot, man, between 4 teams. The Cowboys, Eagles, the Vikings, and the Niners. That's going to be a crapshoot, man. I mean, San Fran would have to go to Minnesota. That's going to be a good game. And Dallas would go at Philly. Ooh. at the 1-4 matchup. That would be a good game too between those 4 teams. Absolutely. Are you live streaming the Titans Texan game? I don't know. I may. Probably not. I don't think I will be. I mean, no point to. You know? I may do the last game of the year when we play the Colts. I may live stream that one. There ain't no point. I already know my team sucks. Yeah, my team is trash, but at least we're trying. Fuck it. At least Jeff Driscoll's going out there and giving it his all, and he's bringing energy and excitement to the rest of these guys out here. He's trying, so I can't knock him. So what else am I supposed to say? Damn, so Kyler Murray's out a whole nother year. Damn, that sucks, bro. I feel bad for that guy. I do. I really feel bad for Kyler Murray. That's unfortunate, man. Where's your girlfriend Christina at? I don't know. I don't think she'd be watching this video. She's not a football girl. But I'll get her to be a football fan. I'll send her a nice little Texans bra and sexy underwear, lingerie to wear. That's what I'll do. How's that sound, Rick? I was trying to shoot that shot. I was trying to shoot my shot at that girl. Nah, she wasn't taking that shit. She still watches my content from time to time. I mean, she still does. But yeah, I was trying to shoot my shot at her a while back, man. She didn't take it though. She was like, she didn't say she wasn't interested. She just, nah. She just comments my videos. It's cool. I ain't even tripping though. I mean, it's no love law. I mean, it's no loss off my cake. I mean, I'm still finna do me and live my life. So it don't mean nothing. Second date, with old girl, Lindsay. Nah, we haven't had a second date yet. I don't know. She's cool and all. Don't get me wrong, a little cute or whatever. Maybe to bang, but honestly, man, I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't think she's relationship material. It's just, it is what it is. You know, she just basically was telling me that all guys seem like all they want to do is fuck, and I'm like, well, yeah, I mean, that's because most people in general are just all part of hookup culture. What do you want me to say about that? But I told her, you know, when she was complaining, she said, you know, all these dudes want to do is just go have sex and she popped something off, and I was just like, well, my personal opinion, my advice to you is maybe you shouldn't date. Maybe you shouldn't go out, you know, like, the fuck? No, because this is what she told me. This is what this bitch said. She said, I don't know, like, she said that, like, guys want to rush the sex right off the bat, right? Like, to start shit off. And I told her, well, I mean, there's nothing wrong with a man being sexually attracted to you. I mean, don't you want a man that's attracted to you? I mean, right? And she was like, well, yeah, but I mean, it's just like, why can't I just have a relationship where, like, they're not just trying to rush sex or, like, you know, like, try to press the issue? And I was like, well, I told her, well, I mean, I just told her, I think it's just best you shouldn't date. I just kept it as simple as that. I just told that bitch, maybe you shouldn't be dating. Maybe you should just stay single. I mean, like, what else can I tell her? You know, I mean, you know, what's wrong with being sexually attracted to someone? I mean, you know, like, ain't no man gonna sit there and court you for 5-6 months and not getting anything. That doesn't make any logic sense. So she kind of said that, and that kind of rubbed me off the wrong way. Not that I was, like, looking for a reason not to talk to her, but I was just kind of like, all right, well, if you're not, I just told her, well, maybe you shouldn't, like, date. Maybe you should just stay single. I mean, like, the fuck, you know? I mean, if you don't, I mean, I'm not telling her you have, like, you know, man forces himself, you should do it. No, I mean, if you don't want to do anything, you don't have to do. You live in a free country. But I just said, you know, then I just told her, you know, maybe you shouldn't date. I just left it as simple as that. I didn't sugarcoat shit for that bitch. You know? And it was like, the thing was, I wasn't even asking her for sex. Like, at all. Is she attractive? Yeah. But the vibe I was getting was like nagging and complaining. You know? And I do that at times. Like, I nag and complain. But, you know, again, you know, I do that. It's cool. But I try not to do it as much. But I did tell her, well, maybe you just shouldn't date. You know what I'm saying? Like, maybe you shouldn't do it. You know, maybe you should just stay single. I wasn't trying to be mean. I mean, there's some bitches I know right now I could bang, you know, if I wanted to. Like I said, you know, I mean, I just told her maybe she should just stay single. This is what it is. What's wrong with that? Yeah, that's true. I'm taking my ass back to the house right now. I just got back from the park, man. Don't you hate when a light takes forever to turn red and green? Oh, absolutely. Especially like when you're at a traffic light and it takes like fucking forever just to fucking, you know, wait for the light to turn green. What are you guys' plans for Christmas and New Year's? Y'all guys got any plans? It's like, again, I got my little sister like this like little coffee maker thing. She likes coffee. When I was 16, I hated coffee. She's 16, she fucking loves coffee. Like, ugh. You know, no, I'm gonna get my mom a Starbucks card, my auntie a Starbucks card, my old man probably like a gift card to somewhere like, you know, I don't know, I'll figure it out. Like maybe a Shell or some bullshit like that. And then get my brother, just give him a 20, here's $20. And that's it, man. I'm just gonna budget maybe $80 and go from there. Is your little sister a football fan? Yeah, absolutely. She is she, believe it or not, is a Cardinals fan. 'Cause that's where we're from, Arizona. She's a big Cardinals fan. She loves the Arizona Cardinals. I got her a Fitzgerald jersey. I mean, I would put her on camera, but I told her just to protect her, you know, from all these like weirdos on YouTube. I told her it'd be best to just wait till you're 18 before I start making you cam up for YouTube. She understands. She sees the bullshit I go through on here, so, you know, to each their own. Sometimes I deserve it. So I told her just wait till you're 18 until I, you know, put you on my YouTube channel. We'll start doing YouTube videos together, you know, shit like that. Talking football, whatever, life, whatever. You know, she wants to start her own YouTube channel up, but she wants to wait till she's 18. I said, yeah, it's cool. You know, I mean, there's all types of kids underage that come on here, but, you know, at least wait till she's 18, I guess. I said, that's cool. I mean, whatever. And then it just depends on, you know, there's really, once you put your face on YouTube, you really have no privacy. Once you make the decision to cam up, you have no privacy. You know, that's just comes with the territory. You know, you get doxxed or people look you up, all that shit. That's just the way it is, man. And you have to have thick skin to be on YouTube. You do. Because I'm telling you, man, if you don't, you ain't gonna last on here. And that's my advice to any new person that comes on YouTube and decides to make videos. I'm telling you this right now. If you ain't got thick skin, this ain't the place for you to be. Social media in general. I mean, like, comment section is one thing. You know, you might battle it out with a couple of trolls. You might troll a little bit yourself. But the day you cam up, if you don't have thick skin, you ain't gonna last on here. It just is what it is. You have to have thick skin. You don't, you're not gonna make it on YouTube. And it's nothing personal, but it's just, If you're the kind of person that's sensitive over comments or sensitive about criticism, or if somebody takes personal shots at you and you take it the wrong way, then you definitely don't. Being a YouTube video maker will not work out for you. You have to have thick skin. It just is what it is. I mean, even other YouTubers will come at you. You may go at some of them. It just is what it is. That's just the nature of the beast. That's the nature of putting your face on camera. When you decide to go on camera, you decide to put. That's why I told my sister not to come on here, not to come on YouTube. I said, wait till you're. I told her 17, but she said 18. But I told her, hey, I'll let you come on here at 17. She wants to make Cardinals videos and shit like that. And she knows the roster up and down. Loves her football, shit like that. And she's a big she's into metal, heavy metal music and stuff like that too. She wants to talk about shit like that, and she also wants to talk about places she would love to travel to and stuff like that. I mean, just vlogging like I do, sort of like shit I do. And I was like, okay, well, I mean, really, if she wanted to do videos tomorrow, I have no problem with it. But, again, I told her, you gotta have thick skin if you want to be on here, man. Because I'm telling you, man, these motherfuckers will eat you alive on here. And I said, dudes will all be in your DMs. You're gonna get a lot of that shit, man. You're gonna get some just weirdo motherfuckers. We'll have to just wait and see how that turns out, how that pans out. But she wants to definitely start her own YouTube channel. And I told her, I said, hey, I'm all power for it. When she does, I'll help her promote it. And that's the plan. I'm gonna help her put her channel together, and we'll tell people to sub to her channel. You know what I'm saying? Shit like that. And she's gonna start doing live streaming and stuff. So it's gonna be fun. She may do it. I'm thinking she may do it by the summer next year. I want to start preparing her for her YouTube channel and trying to get that taken off. And I think that would be really cool. I mean, she won't be 17 though till October the 23rd next year. So, what do you think about her getting in a dating life? Oh God, don't even remind me, Rick. Nightmare, bro. Last thing I want to see is some pants sagging Tekashi 6ix9ine looking motherfucker here at my motherfucking house. Fuck out of here. I don't want to see that shit. Because girls are all into those type of guys. Okay, teenager girls are all into those fucking girly boys and shit, like those Backstreet Boy looking motherfuckers, singers and stuff. But that's cool, whatever. And then in their 20s, they get all into the bad boy Tekashi 6ix9ine and shit. And then in their 30s, they get all into the old school fucking gangster looking motherfucker guys that might have turned their lives around. And then in their 40s, they just don't do that anymore. That just is what it is, bruh. That's how most girls are. It just is true, bro. So, what? You can't wait till the NFL season? Then gotta have Georgia in 2 weeks. Yeah, Georgia's gonna win the championship again. So, I think Georgia and Michigan will be a good game. No, I think Georgia and Ohio State will be a good game. No, I told my sister the real talk. She's 16 now. I told her, listen, the best advice I can give you, because she asked me about guys, and I kept it 100 with you. You'll have some dudes that are about it, some dudes aren't. You'll get all different types of people in this world. But I told her, this is the best way. Do it in your prime to lock a man down when you're at your best looking. Real talk. If you want to lock down a man, I told her, wait till you're in your prime, in your 20s. In your prime, you want to do it. If you want to lock down a long-term successful relationship and a possible marriage for that girl, I told her, do it in your prime. Don't wait till you're in your 30s or 40s. Fuck out of here with that shit. You see a lot of shit on TV. I told her that shit's dumb as fuck. I told her you want to do it in your 20s when you're in your prime. I told her that straight up. I told her, in your 20s, you're gonna get the most attention from guys. And that's the facts. And that's the fact. So I told her, your best bet is to lock a man down in your 20s when you're in your prime. That's the best advice that a brother can give a sister. Lock a man down when you're in your 20s. That's the best advice, bruh. Why? You hear girls saying, I'll wait till I'm 35. Why? You're going to lose a lot of your looks. And not only that, the chance of you having kids are not that great. It just is what it is. Your best bet is, I told her, your best bet's in your 20s. You're going to be in your prime stages. You're the best looking, so you're going to be in the best, in the sexual dating market, you're going to be in your best advertised position in your 20s. So it would be better for her to do it then. You know? So that's what I told her. The best advice I could give her is that's the best advice. Wait, do it in your prime. Lock a man down in your prime. But she said, is it all about looks to guys? I'm like, hell yeah. I'm like, guys, if a man's attracted to you, hell yeah, he's going to invest. So it made common sense. Yeah, you in your 20s, you're your prime. That's your prime. Lock a man down in your prime. Don't say I'm going to wait till I'm fucking 45. Come on, man, stop. You know, that's what I told her, I said, in your 20s, your prime. You'll lock, I'm telling you. Because that's where she's going to get most of her offers. You know, when she's young and hot and attractive. This is what it is, bruh. I just pull up to the house right now. Holy shit. Look, I only got one viewer now. That shit went down. Oh, well, I don't care. I'm telling the truth. God damn it. I got Georgia repeating this year. They gonna win, bro. You're gonna go to whose house? D's house. I got one viewer. Hey, at least you're still there, Crispy. Yeah, I'm about to shut this shit down, man. I'm about to go inside. I'll probably live stream tomorrow, man. Ain't nothing else to talk about tonight anyway. I'm fucking bored, and I chased everybody off with these rants. So the sports rants was enough. You know, you hate Katie Hobbs? Who's Katie Hobbs? Who the fuck is that? Who's Katie Hobbs? I don't know who Katie Hobbs is, bro. Who is that? Katie Hobbs. I mean, I may live stream when I get back in the house, but I don't know. I'll figure out something. Arizona Democratic governor. Oh yeah, that's right. She outbeat what's her name? Kerry. Yeah, that's unfortunate. The elections are rigged. The elections are rigged. Yeah, well, I got to start a new stream because this stream's pretty much over, pretty much dead. I'll probably start a new stream. But I don't know what to talk about, though. I'll figure out something. Y'all know me. I always fucking figure shit out when my mind is at best, you know, shit like that, you know. It's always just something with my fucking back, man. Shit sucks, bro. Shit sucks. Alright. I'm gonna end this stream and I'm gonna start another one in a minute.